Thank you for your support of high school athletics in Indiana. Stay tuned now. The Indiana SRN game is next. Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
We're with Coach McClure, and you won the Circle City Conference last weekend. You guys are ready for a big match tonight.
Yeah, we performed real well last Saturday against a few opponents in our conference. We had 11 champions that were pretty dominant, and so we feel pretty good about coming into tonight. We're in a good roll. So,
after a couple weeks, you got sectionals. How sectionals look for you? You go to Southport.
The sectional that's what we train for the high school state series, and we're excited. It's us and Perry Meridian are probably the favorites, and we're two of the top teams in the state in the same sectional, and so it's going to be a lot of fun.
How about tonight? Wrestling the number one team in the state's got to be kind of fun, and great crowd on hand, and Indiana SRN is here tonight. We're pretty excited about being here as well.
Yeah, South Side versus North Side, Catholics versus Catholics. Roncalli didn't like Cathedral doesn't like Roncalli, and so it's not a secret. And so it's an important duel for both schools and both programs. It's a pride thing, and so we want to represent our school well tonight and wrestle well, and it's a great team. We're going to wrestle tonight, and it's going to prepare us for the sectional, regional, and semi-state in the state coming up, and that's what we're excited about.
Coach, I know you got to get to your team. Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Let's walk over to this side as we head to the Cathedral bench. Coach Sean McGinley is giving final directions with his teammates and his team, and as they were leading in prayer, we'll just keep it right here. Should be a very interesting match tonight as number one Cathedral taking on Cathedral. And here's Coach Sean McGinley, the head coach of Cathedral. Coach, congratulations for being here. Thanks for letting us be here.
Well, thank you. This is a great opportunity.
Been ranked number one all year long. What's your motivation all year to these kids?
Well, the ranking, a lot of that is based on last year's accomplishments. So, we're just trying to stay healthy and get ready to make a run for this tournament coming up.
Sectionals coming up. Where do you have your sectional, and how's the outlook there for your team?
Well, they moved our sectional this year. We're at Arsenal Tech. The outcome is, we're just looking to survive and advance. Our first goal would be to advance 14 guys, and then just get ready for regionals. And it's just keep that after week after week after.
Travel a lot, but you guys are looking forward to being in Indianapolis tonight.
Yeah, we have traveled quite a bit. This has been a long year travel-wise. We created some opportunities for the kids, and they took advantage of it. It's been fun, but we're ready to come back home.
Thanks so much for letting us be here, Coach. Take it up to the guys that are going to call the action for you, Chris Simmons and Joe Hansen. Back up to you guys.
All right, welcome into Roncalli High School. I want to thank Coach for getting those wonderful interviews for us. We got just a couple of minutes here before we get going, and I want to bring in my partner, Joe Henson, here tonight. Joe, you got some important notes that we want to take a look at real quick.
Yeah, I thought I'd start off with some intriguing storylines from tonight. I think the first thing we need to think about during this dual meet is the importance of bonus points. The dual meet between these two powerful teams, every point matters. You get 6 points for a pin, 5 points for a technical fall, 15 points ahead, 4 points for a major decision. That's a victory by at least 8 points, 3 points for a regular win. So getting those bonus points, it's very, very important. But if you're in a match where you're outmatched, you have to minimize those bonus points. Another thing that I think we need to watch tonight is how will Roncalli do against Cathedral's gauntlet of state finalists. From 145 to 160, Cathedral is loaded. There's 3 wrestlers that wrestled under the lights last year: Alex Mosconi, Elliot Rogers. They were both runners-up. Jordan Slivka claimed his first title. All 3 of these wrestlers are ranked in the top 3, and I don't think Roncalli matches up very well with them. Finally, I think we need to think about how Cathedral will do against Roncalli's big-time wrestlers. I'll talk about that here in a second. Okay. So, Braden Lowry at 120, he's wrestling possessed. He's a 2-time state place winner, 3rd and 5th place finishes. He's 27-0 this year. He's looking to get 6 against a very young but very strong freshman, Luke Gonzalez. Alec Beduya finished 1st his freshman year, 5th his last year. His lone loss was a 2-time state champion, Asa Garcia. His hands are full with junior Logan Bailey, and then Tice Freege, and then also you got to watch out for Elijah Mahan in the lineup as well.
All right, we are going to take a break here at Roncalli High School, getting you ready for this top 5 wrestling matchup. Welcome back to Roncalli High School. Bit of history here tonight. IndianaSRN's first wrestling meet. We're excited to bring it to you, and we've got a great one. Number 1 Cathedral here on the road at Roncalli, who is number 5 in the state. It's going to be a tough matchup.
I'll tell you what, this is the center of the Indiana wrestling universe. 2 great programs. There's a palpable energy in this gym tonight. I can't wait for this to start.
Yeah, I can't either. And we heard from the Roncalli coach that, this is kind of a north side, south side little battle here. These 2 teams might not like each other very much, and that's just going to make for some even better wrestling, I think.
Yeah, they say they don't like each other, but at the end of the day, I think they respect each other, and it doesn't matter what their records are when they stand on the mat. They're going to throw those records out, and they're going to go after it.
Yeah, it's going to be a really fun. We've got a good one. We're going to start with the big boys. We're starting way up at 220 for Cathedral. It'll be the sophomore David Gould, who's got a nice record of 25-7, and he's going to go up against, from the Rebels, Spencer Fears, a senior, who's got an also very impressive record of 20-8.
And I tell you what, I think this is an important match. I think Roncalli has the potential to jump out to an early lead. I talked a little bit earlier about that murderer's row from 145 to 160. They're going to score a lot of points there. I think Roncalli has to take this one. I think they have to take heavyweight 106. It's going to be a tough one at 113. So, you really have an opportunity to send a message, jump out to an early lead in this duel.
Yeah, and I think that's an important thing. You can set the tone early, especially, and you can get the crowd into it. If you can come out, and get a couple of wins and maybe even pick up some bonus points if possible.
Absolutely. You said you were there the other night at Cathedral and Perry Meridian. I watched that one online. There was a lot of energy in that gym.
Yeah.
Last year for senior night, we were wrestling Franklin Central. Roncalli was.
Oh, okay.
And there was a lot of energy here.
Yep.
Multiply that times 10. There's more energy tonight. It's CYO night. You got a lot of young wrestlers here that are watching both teams, Cathedral and Roncalli.
Yeah, this is going to be a very important matchup to see. Actually, for a lot of reasons, and one, just to see where these 2 teams are as we start talking about sectional play and forward.
Yeah, I tell you, Cathedral, I think Coach McGinley was kind of humble. He said the rankings are based on last year's accomplishment. I respect that program because they have a very, very tough schedule, and they don't shy away from tough competition. And I tell you what, they've earned that number 1 ranking. They've faced a lot of good tournaments, out-of-state quality teams. They're nationally ranked. And that's what Coach Wade McClurg wants to do with Roncalli. He wants to, you have seen those last 2 years, they've really improved their schedule. They're facing some tough teams, and they're not going to shy away from this challenge tonight.
Yeah, we've got a great one on match. Our officials tonight are Eric McGill and Gary McGill. Nice father-son team here.
Well, how about that?
Eric will be our varsity official. You see him in the middle of your screen now as we are just about to get set here for our first match at 220. Again, this is going to be David Gould for Cathedral and Spencer Fears for Roncalli.
Spencer Fears, a senior, 20-8 record. He started wrestling his freshman year, and I can tell you he has really, really improved. You've got Gould, and you throw a softball on the north side, you're going to hit a Gould. They're all over the place, and they're great wrestlers. So I think this is an exciting match to start off with tonight.
Yes, a good one, and they're going right at it. Some hand fighting up top, trying to get some kind of position.
Yeah, they're staying in the center of the mat. Ghoul's in on a single, head in his chest. They go out of bounds.
Yeah, and that'll be important to watch. And we talked about it a little bit before we got on the air, the importance of the bonus points and everything. But the stalling was another call that we talked about a little bit. We'll see how much that plays effect here tonight.
Yeah, it's interesting. We talked about stalling and the potential there, but these guys are dead center in the mat right now. Two big boys head to head.
Yeah, and both looking for a position while also smartly not giving up any position either. Fears trying to work the head and the neck, trying to maybe snap that down, see if he can get himself an opening.
Yep, Ghoul in again. Yep. He's in on the right leg of Fears. Got a lot of mat to finish.
Fears staying calm, though, and staying strong before finally dragging him out of bounds. Just under a minute to go in this first period. And usually, in the first period, maybe especially up at these heavier weights, you just maybe trying to feel out your opponent. Yeah. You think that's what's happening here?
Yeah, but I tell you what, Ghoul's pulled the trigger twice. He's been in deep. I just looked over there at Coach Anthony Bill, and he's telling him to step in and dump him. There's again another attack on that right leg. He's inside now. Fears goes inside. A lot of heavy hand fighting, a lot of collar ties here.
Yeah, if Fears is going to keep that right foot forward like that, I expect Ghoul to grab it, 6-7 times. Every time it's out there, Ghoul's looking for it.
30 seconds left in this first period. Double underhooks. Fears drives in and almost goes out of bounds. They circle back and go back to the center. Fears in on a shot. Ghoul in a front headlock. Then he fakes. We're back head to head.
I like the move there, but again, you show the
Fears.
There it is.
Ghoul's in again.
See if he can get it in before the period. There it is.
3 seconds left. He gets two.
How
2 back points.
Wow.
It's a mental lapse for Fears.
Yeah.
You got 8 seconds left, and you go from a 0-0 tie at the end of the first period. I saw him swipe 2 backs. It should be 4-0, yeah. Ghoul's up 4-0.
Yep, there it is.
Making sure that's on the. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, wow.
Ghoul chooses down. Fears on top for the second period.
So we had a minute 52 of no points, and then the last 8 seconds.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Straight out of bounds goes Ghoul. Fears kind of drove him that way as well.
Fears has, when he stands up, about 5 seconds to get him back down to the mat and start attacking, or they're going to call a stall. There he is. He lets him go. So now we got a 5-point lead.
Wow.
Minute 45 remaining in the second period.
Yeah, so Fears got to go to work now, down 5 after that mental lapse in the waning seconds of the first period. Got to try to get some of those points back before possibly heading into the third.
Yeah, what Ghoul's doing is with Fears' right hand, he's going to like an elbow pass and a Russian tie. He's really trying to get that arm out of the way and attack that right leg of his. And it's worked well for him.
Yep. Let's see if we go right back to, there it is, more hand fighting, but you're right. The right arm of Ghoul.
Now the big boys are locked up.
Oh.
Now Fears in a front headlock position.
Trying to turn him. Ghoul was close to getting that leg once again and taking him down. Lucky maybe for Fears to get out of bounds there. I've yet to really see Fears on the attack.
And there he is again. Head in the chest. In on that single, driving in. Now he's kind of switched to a double head on the right side. They go out of bounds, both up.
Yeah, Ghoul smartly just driving and keeping that pressure on him, making everything tough for Fears so far. Just under 50 seconds left in this second period. We talked about the importance of those bonus points. Right now, as it would stand, it would just be a 3-point win, but if Ghoul's able to tack on at least 3 more points, he could get an extra team point.
Spencer's trying to snap him down, go to a front headlock. Ghoul is a strong kid. He's just kind of standing up out of it. There's another elbow pass. He's in. Back to the edge of the mat.
16 and a half seconds.
I got to give it to Gould. He's been in 5 times, scored on one of those.
Yeah.
He's a 220-pounder that's talented on his feet.
Yeah, and that's a lethal combination, if you will, to be at 220 and still have the muscle and the technique to get in there like Gould has.
Spears looking for a headlock, kind of an Olympic lock there.
Looks like he's trying to snap and turn.
All right, we head into the period, third period.
Still
McClurg tells Spears to take down, so we're got a 5-0 lead. This is crucial that Spencer Fears gets out of here pretty quickly.
Yeah, because if he gets out, that'll be a 1-point escape. As Gould holds on to that left ankle and just keeps Fears down and grounded.
Yeah. We got a caution on Green.
Yeah, because he's got to look to improve his position is the wording I was told last week.
Now he goes to a spiral ride. Spiral ride going toward his head. He gets off his knees. That's a lot of weight, man. And now Fears goes down to his belly. There he goes. Now he captures the wrist, and he's going to work. He's heavy. Looks like he's got a wrist on the inside there. Now Fears comes up. He's fighting the hands.
There it is for Fears. One escape. Crucial escape.
20 left.
He's going to have to go to work pretty quickly.
He has to go to work.
Well, he did the first part. He got the escape. It might not have been as quick as he would have liked, but he still has over a minute to work.
A little bit of a controversy here. So we said about a minute 19, minute 18. The clock shows 1:06. I think it kept running. So it'll be interesting to see where they reset this clock at, who was paying attention to it. This will be a little bit of a breather for these big boys, too. You know, surprisingly, they both look in pretty good shape.
They really do. They are up there at in the 220 class, but you're right. They are both in shape for that. We'll see. We're still waiting on them to reset the clock here.
Yeah,
Should be
like
about 116.
Go.
Yep, good call. And we'll see if Fears can get some offensive points.
He's got to be heavy here. He's got a front headlock. Gould's trying to peek his head out of the side there. It's a real bad position to be in when you've got his body on top of your head. He's got to bring him to the mat, though. He can't score from here unless he brings him to the mat. It's going to be real hard.
Yeah, he's trying. You see him trying to snap him down towards the mat, or maybe he's trying to turn a shoulder.
Stalemate.
Yeah. Good job by Gould there to not to panic, but to stay strong in that position and not go to the mat.
I agree. He did. He stayed strong. And now he's bouncing like Muhammad Ali, showing that he's still got a little bit left in him. Spencer's got to go after him. 35 seconds left. You need a big move here.
Yeah, you got time for probably one, maybe two real quick moves as we hit under 30 seconds to go in this match.
Well, you saw Gould score 4 points in less than 8 seconds.
Yeah.
He's in again on that right leg. Fears rolls through. 17 seconds left. So, it's not uncommon.
Yeah.
You can get a 5-point move. But it's going to be tough because Gould's got a good stance. His elbows are in. Yeah, he's going to hand fight. He knows if he hand fight, look at that.
Oh. Yeah, he's just so strong at the hand fighting and the neck and the head area there to just keep his wits about him and not go to the mat. So we're in 3 seconds.
All right, so what happens there at the end? Fears goes for a big move. He doesn't get it. He falls to his back. They give him 2. It's still 7-1. Just a regular decision, 3-0 lead for Cathedral.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a break there for Roncalli to not give up those bonus points.
Absolutely.
That we talked about, because that's a 6-point advantage, but it will just be 3 team points instead of the 4 for a major decision. Now we're moving on up to the 285, the heavyweight class. We got a matchup of 2 seniors for Cathedral. It's Alex Taylor with a 12-9 record this year. And for Roncalli, it's John Harris, 10th in the state at 24-2 record this year.
Yeah, Big John Harris, he's a D1 football recruit. He's going to be playing at Ball State next year. Again, 24-2, ranked 10th in the state. He's facing a first-year wrestler. Looks like Alex Taylor is a first-year wrestler, 12-9. But I tell you what, I think it was Taylor who wrestled against Perry Meridian and got a win the other night.
Yeah, it was. He looked good last week, but John Harris quickly gets the takedown, and we've got a blood timeout on the mat. We're going to throw it over to Keith real quick.
David Gould is with us, who has won the first match. How'd that feel?
Felt great, giving my team the first lead, just setting the tone for the match.
This is a rivalry. What do you do to gear up differently to this match than any other match?
You just got to know, do your job. If you're on your back, get off your back. That's what you got to do, save points.
David Gould, back up to you guys.
Thanks for that mat side interview, Keith, as we are still getting this blood cleaned up. We are just 17 seconds into this one, but it's already 2-0 in favor of John Harris. What have you seen so far?
I like what Gould said. He set the tone for the evening. It doesn't. Back in the old days, it always started off with the smallest weight. Now they kind of do a blind draw. Tonight we start at 220. Gould didn't know that coming in. He drives down to the south side. He doesn't know if he's going to be first or last. He's first, and he does. He set the tone. He was in on at least 6-7 shots. Spencer Fears wrestled hard, wrestled well, but again, Gould gets those first 3 points. They jump out to a lead.
Yeah, Gould did a really nice job, I think, of controlling that match from start to finish. He made the big move with 8 seconds left in the first period, but even really outside of that, I felt like he was the one in control most of the time. There was the one move in the third period where Fears got him in that headlock, but Gould, didn't panic, stayed strong, and didn't go to the mat, and Fears just couldn't get that shot in.
Yeah, and you know what? These guys are going to cross paths again, I believe, at Newcastle. They won't see each other until the semi-state. I think both of those guys have a chance to make it to Banker's Life. It'll be interesting to see how this season finishes up, but that's a great match for both these men.
Yeah, and got to feel good to get that win. For Cathedral would have been nice to get those bonus points, but still 3 points are 3 points, and you'll take them whenever you can get them. I'd like to remind everybody listening that we are on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Go ahead and give us a follow if you like our broadcasts. Appreciate that.
Earlier I was talking about the intriguing storylines. I talked about the importance of bonus points. I think that played into this last match. I talked about Roncalli, how they're going to do against the gauntlet of state finalists. Wanted to finish up my thoughts and talk about Tice Freegee, who at 138, who's returning from a sophomore year that was plagued by injuries. He placed as a freshman, only 2 losses this year. And like the Viduya-Bailey matchup, his battle against Andrew Wilson won't be easy. And then you have Elijah Mahan, 26-1. He's a senior tonight, ranked 6th. Probably the most creative, exciting wrestler on the mats tonight. That'll be interesting to watch tonight. We'll be there in a little bit.
I can't wait for all of those matchups to unfold. Right now it's Alex Taylor for Cathedral and John Harris for Roncalli.
More blood.
More blood.
More blood.
He tried to plug up that nose, and it didn't stay in there.
Yeah. And, there was nothing dirty. Both these guys are wrestling hard. John's a guy that likes to run the cradle series. He does a crossface, kind of knocks that cotton out of his nose and starts bleeding again. They get some time to clean that up. So we'll be back to wrestling here pretty shortly.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any kind of better way to plug up that nose and prevent any more blood from getting on the mat. As Alex Taylor's taking it like a champ. Haven't seen him, shake his head or nod or anything. And
yeah, there's a lot of tough guys on both sides. Roncalli, a lot of tough kids on that team, a lot of tough kids on the Cathedral Irish team. This is kind of stalled. A little bit of the electricity, but we'll capture it here in a little bit once these guys start wrestling again. Yeah, they have X number of minutes. Rarely does it get to that. They've got a pretty strong training staff here, but once they get to the allotted minutes, which I want to say is 5, then it turns into a forfeit situation, but I think he's going to be all right.
Okay. And so when you talk about those 5 minutes, is that just 5, so from the first one, however
many? Yeah, they'll stop it. They'll start blood time, and then they'll stop blood time.
And then if they need
You'll see the referee, so they're wiping them off right now.
Okay.
Referee says stop blood time, and we're back at it. So
all right. Great insight there, and thanks for explaining that to us and all our viewers as we're getting back underway. Still have 1:15 left in this first period, and right now it is 2-0 in favor of John Harris.
John Harris doesn't waste any time, and he's got him flat. He's got an arm bar. He's going to walk that to his ear, getting ready to turn him. Captures that opposite wrist. He's pounding his head down.
And
wasn't able to do it.
Give Taylor some credit there for being flat but staying strong. John Harris still trying to work that head and that wrist.
Yeah, this is difficult for Taylor, that he just got a stalling warning, but Harris is strong and he's heavy, and he rolls him over with a half Nelson.
Here it is.
He gets a two swipe, goes back to a half on the other side, captures that wrist. 25 seconds left. Let's see if he can get it done. He's going to have to slide back a little bit. You want to be chest on chest in this situation.
There's the pin.
Gets the pin.
So a huge pin for Roncalli, as that'll be 16 points, the most you can get in a single match. So now Roncalli takes that lead right back, so now it is 6-3 in favor of the home team. Yeah, so what you're going to see here is, as you mentioned it on air, just the half Nelson just gets Taylor onto his back, and Taylor's got no chance of getting out of that.
Yeah, it's a lot of weight on you, man. Once you go over to your shoulders, it's really, really tough.
At 106 for Cathedral, Evan Dickey, and Roncalli is Cody.
All right, so now we go down to the little guys, the 106 class. We've got two freshmen going at it here tonight. For Cathedral, it's Evan Dickey at a 14-14 record. And for Roncalli, it's Cody Glithrow, 13th in the state, a nice 23-3 record for the freshman.
Yeah, two guys that are the future of the program. These guys will be four-year starters. They're both super tough. I'll tell you what's interesting here is, Cody's a very talented wrestler. He's got to be favored in this match. But, Evan Dickey, I've watched him wrestle since kindergarten. And he's a small 106-pounder. He's probably given up 10 pounds tonight.
Wow.
He hasn't grown into the weight yet. His dad was a fantastic wrestler at Perry Meridian many, many years ago. And I tell you, Evan Dickey just has a big heart. He can give up 10 pounds. He can give up 15 pounds. He's going to be in every match.
Yeah, and that's what you'll see a lot of at these lower weight classes. It's you give up that muscle. You can only get so much up to 106. And, yeah, it's still a lot about –
Arrow in on a single, brings it up. Kind of limp arms out. Evan Dickey dives through.
And there's the
takedown. They go to the mats. Guthero with a 2-0 lead right now, and then he goes to work on top. He's got a double chicken wing. This is kind of dangerous for Evan Dickey.
Yeah, that's not going to feel good for Evan Dickey if he gets turned here, but give him some credit for staying on his chest, staying strong there. Trying to work to get that arm back.
Cody lets go of that. He goes to a half on the opposite side. And you notice how, with that series right now, he's off his knees and he's staying heavy and he's driving into him.
Yeah, it's important at this weight class. It's not necessarily about weight, but it's about leverage. If you can get and drive some leverage into your opponent, that's where you can really make them start to feel it. As Glithrow is just trying to find a way to turn him onto his back.
He's on the edge of the mat too, so there we go.
Yep, there it is.
He gets out of that hold off the mat.
Yeah, I think that's a huge series for Evan Dickey there with 1.1 seconds left in this first period. Gives up the takedown, but so far hasn't given up any other points.
Yeah. You wouldn't know by the score. I mean, watching this, you'd think it'd be a lot more on the board there, but Evan Dickey, after that first period, it's 2-0. But Cody looks good. He looks hungry. He defers, lets Evan Dickey take the choice, and Evan, interestingly, most guys take down, but Evan's great on his feet, and I think he feels like he has a better chance of going neutral right now. So he chooses neutral in the second period.
And so, sometimes that's, you just want to go with what you're strongest at.
So Glithrow, sweep single to the right side, almost goes to a near side cradle. We got a 4-0 lead. I do think that was a good call by Evan Dickey to go neutral.
Yeah, I mean, you just need to play to your strengths, and, maybe unfortunately for Evan Dickey, Cody Glithrow's just as good in neutral as well.
Yeah. I mean, again, Cody's a young gun. I mean, you think about that coming in as a freshman. He's 23-5. He's one of the top 16 wrestlers in the state. I know Coach Wade McClure fully expects him to get the banker's life. He's sure looking like a champ right now.
Yeah, he is.
He just turns Evan Dickey.
He does turn Evan Dickey onto his back. We're counting down to see if he gets the pin. We're going to get a 3 near fall here as Evan Dickey's able to get back off of his shoulders and his back, but maybe not for much longer. Oh, and he's turning and he's trying to see if he can wiggle his way out from underneath Glithero.
Roncalli crowd going wild.
There it is. Oh, listen to this crowd. Back-to-back pins for Roncalli. Absolutely huge.
Cody Glithero.
I agree.
As Cody Glithero gets a pin, we are going to take a timeout here. You are watching wrestling on IndianaSRN.org, where you're always in the game.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
Welcome back to Roncalli High School in the south side of Indianapolis. We've had 3 matches so far, and it has been tight for the first 3. Right now, Roncalli holds a 12-3 lead, courtesy of 2 pins. We're going to go down Matt's side to Coach. Coach, what do you got for us?
With us now is John Harris. He won the heavyweight, 10th in the state. You took a fall very quickly match. What was your mindset going in that with a little bit of delay because of what?
I just knew that this was going to be my last match at Roncalli, so I figured I'd give it everything I got, go out the meanest I could, and just show the crowd what we could do.
A little bit of flex of the muscle after the win. Nice, congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Getting ready for sectionals.
Yes, sir, in a couple weeks.
Good luck to you.
All right. Move right on into the 113 weight class. We've got Zeke Seltzer, another matchup of freshmen. We got Zeke Seltzer for the Irish. He's an impressive 28-1. He's second in the state. And Zach Wilson for Roncalli's 20-7. Not too shabby himself.
Yeah, I tell you what, 2 guys that are going to be in the program a long time. Zeke already has a cradle locked up. This kid is ranked number 1 in his semi-state, 30-1 on the year. His only loss is to Jacob Moran from Portage, 7-4. Jacob's a senior. He's going to IU next year, and Zeke makes quick work of Zach Wilson there. Gets 6 back for the Cathedral Fighting Irish.
Yeah, how huge is that for Cathedral to come right back and get a pin of their own?
Yeah, I think it was expected. Zeke is a kid that I think has the potential to be a 4-time state champion. I think the only person that stands in his way is Jacob Moran of Portage. He's going to be a Division I wrestler. He's the son of one of the assistant coaches. So here we have Zeke with a cradle. You know, he gets hip to hip, pulls him over, and then you'll notice his knee goes into his back and right away. I mean, that's just a talented wrestler right there. There's no rocking and rolling. He's efficient. He gets the pin right away.
That looked about as textbook as it can get, huh?
That's absolutely right.
Now we move on to the 120 weight class. Okay. We've got another freshman for Cathedral, Luke Gonzalez, 13-17 on the year.
Here's the chess match right here. So Sam Slivka, who is normally a 126-pounder. He's a 22-4 record. He's a junior. He cut down to 120 tonight. He's wrestling 120 against a freshman, Luke Gonzalez. So here we go. This is a little bit of a chess match for Wade McClurg.
Yeah, trying to find any way to get some points in this match. And you know, like as we mentioned, they're going to need every single point they can get. So yeah, you like the chess match here. As Lowry,
I did not expect it.
Wow,
that's really interesting that Slivka cut down to 120, and now he's wrestling a young kid, 14-17 record. Don't let that record fool you.
Yeah.
Luke Gonzalez is a strong kid. He's a talented kid. He's got a bright future. As you get higher up in the weights and you're younger, it's a little bit tougher to perform, but he's got a bright future. He really does. And then Sam, he's a Connorsville champ, placed in the Marion County tournament. He's just a talented wrestler, and he's looking to get a big victory tonight for the Roncalli Rebels here.
It would be huge, and he's in control here. Just under 50 seconds left in this first period. He's got the takedown. Is now just trying to find some way, to maybe score some near fall points here.
Yeah.
But Gonzalez is not giving him anything. Staying strong, looking to see. He's done enough to avoid a stalling call as well.
Slivka's a long wrestler. He's got some length here on Gonzalez, a tight waist that goes all the way around his waist, almost touching his back. Now he goes to a spiral ride, and he goes towards his head. Notice how he goes towards his head. That weight gets on him, and he breaks him down, captures those wrists. He's working hard, but to me, Gonzalez is working up as well.
Yeah. How important is it to control those wrists when you're on top?
Very important. You want a guy to stay behind those arms, which he's doing. Gonzalez minimizes the damage to a 2-0 lead after one period.
Yeah, it's huge, I think, for Gonzalez and his confidence. We're going
Zeke
to
Seltzer won the 113. Nice job. You pinned the guy.
Thank you. I knew I had to get the job done for the team because that's pretty much what I'm going for, the team points right now.
Ranked second in the state, getting ready for sectionals. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm very ready.
There you go. Zeke Seltzer winning at 113 for Cathedral.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats to Zeke Seltzer there. Yeah, very impressive pin for him in that 113 matchup.
It looks like Gonzalez chooses down. Slivka gives him the escape point. They start neutral. It's 2-1, but Slivka gets a takedown here. A fireman's carry kind of dumps him. Gets 2 back points as well, so now he jumps out to a 6-1 lead.
Huge decision there to just let him up and feeling like maybe you can take him down again and then work your way to those near fall points that he just got.
Yeah, Slivka with those long arms trying to lock up a cradle. Gonzalez trying to stay upright, fight the hands, trying to keep his head up. Slivka's close to locking it up, though.
We'll see how much.
And there it is, it's locked up. We'll see if he goes all the way through, if he takes it back. There's a number of different ways you can take a cradle. Let's see what he does. He has it locked up.
Wait to see where Slivka goes.
Got right at 1 minute left.
So he definitely still has time to figure out his best angle.
Nope, he gives up on it. Now he's back to right. I'm still a 6-1 lead. 45 seconds left.
Give some credit there to Gonzalez for even being locked in the cradle there, but not giving up.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that's what I love about this dual meet. Kids, they know. Coach McGinley's going to tell them give their all. Coach McClurg is going to tell them to give their all. Even if a kid gets pinned, they're not giving up. They were just out wrestled.
Yep.
Two talented wrestling teams tonight. Referee calls a stalemate. They'll both go down. It'll be interesting to see if maybe Slivka cuts him again.
We'll see how important would it be if Gonzalez can find a way to get an escape here in the last 20 seconds of this match.
Be a big point.
Slivka just keeping that weight.
Yeah, it looks like Slivka's going to be content with the ride outs. Gonzalez tripods up, but I don't think he's going to be able to get out. About 3 seconds left here.
And there it is. All right, we're going to go once again Matt's side. Coach, what do you have for us?
Cody won the 106. You won by a pinfall. Looked good.
Thank you.
What was his weakest point? Where did you know you had him?
So I took him down first period, rode him out for wrestle first. Second, he chose down, so I was comfortable with that. I like working on top. I think I'm pretty good. And so I just kept running my wing, kept going at it.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Back up to you guys.
All right, thanks. Congrats again to Cody there, getting that pin for Roncalli.
So here we go. We got Slivka who's going to look for a major. He chooses down. He reverses it, makes it 8-1. Then he cuts Gonzalez. A takedown here will give him a major, but a lot of time left.
Yeah, so Slivka, again, you mentioned that chess match and the bonus points, and that's where what we're seeing right now, what's coming into play.
It's absolutely huge, absolutely huge. That 1 point, according to my calculations, I'm not going to tell you my predictions on the matches. I thought that Roncalli was going to be in this, that they were going to lose by about 2 points. That was my prediction. It's close. Look at it now. We got a 3-point differentiation there, and Slivka with the lead. But he's looking for a takedown, trying to get 4 points.
And he's trying to reach for that leg, but Gonzalez doing a nice job of snapping him down. Yeah. Almost got around him before they went out of bounds.
And again, Gonzalez runs back to the circle. But I think Slivka knows what he has to do. He looks confident. He's a seasoned wrestler. He's got 3 years of varsity experience. He knows how to win big matches.
Yeah. And Gonzalez has done a nice job just staying in his zone. As Slivka tries a shot at the legs there. Gonzalez able to get out of the way and avoid that takedown. 30 seconds left. Slivka's got to start going. Head locked and arm locked up. Slivka's trying to find any way to get a hold of that leg.
And you know what I want you to watch? Oh, look at that.
Uh-oh.
Slivka spins around.
There it is. Oh, huge. Again, 8 seconds left. Yeah. Slivka able to get around him and drive him into the mat.
Yeah.
You think this crowd knows how important that extra point was?
Yeah, I think both the teams and the crowds.
Yes.
I tell you, this is where it gets interesting. Wow. So you're bumping up Braden Lowry right now. He's a 27-0 record, ranked 4th in the state. You're bumping him up to 126. And he is facing Lucas Wolenzak, a senior ranked 5th in the state, number 2 at semi-state, a 2016 IHSA state qualifier, 4th place, 29-4 on the year. Wow.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about right here. I hope a lot of people are tuned in to watch this because this is going to be a great match.
Yeah, this is going to be as good of a match as we might see all night. So everybody's eyes peeled to this one, and it's still a close dual meet right now. It's 16-9 as Wolenzak almost gets him to the mat, but doesn't get around Lowry.
Wolenzak gets Lowry on his back.
Oh, there it is.
Lowry's going to fight, though. Wolenzak jumps out to a 4-0 lead. They gave him 2 back points on that one.
Now those are huge back points to get early in this one. Still a minute 10 in the first period as Wolenzak takes that 4-0 lead.
Picks him up and he steps through, and he has a Turk right now, and he's going to work it. Now he's got that opposite shoulder, looking for more backs. 50 seconds left. Lowry's been out of position this whole match.
He has, but he's still fighting, trying to keep the points to a minimum now until he can get himself back into a position.
There he is. There he's back to his base.
There he is now, at his base, trying to avoid getting cradled up there underneath. $20 seconds left in this period. Lowry's just trying to minimize the damage here.
Refs call stalling on Lowry. He's got to work up. His head's in the mat.
Yeah,
I think what you're seeing is Wolenzak's strength.
Yeah. And that's the end of our first period. 4-0 Wolenzak leads over Lowry. That's big right now.
They give Lowry choice right now. He takes down. Interesting choice.
Very interesting. We'll see if he can work back up and out of that one. He was out of position down, in that first period. Lowry now trying to avoid getting turned over here, doing a good job.
And what Wolenzak is doing, he's getting that opposite arm, and then he's reaching in, and he's trying to lift him up off the mat for a split second and get that Turk. He's got that Turk. And now he's getting ready to turn him. Refs are counting back points right now.
So Lowry.
Yep.
We get two.
Ref has two in his pocket, so it's a 6-0 lead. Lowry sits out, elbows in, spins through, now he escapes. Neutral.
Wow.
So we got 6-1, and Lowry runs to the center of the mat. Coach McGinley's going to challenge this.
So walk us through this. What is he challenging right here? The position?
No, I think he doesn't believe that Wolenczak lost control.
Okay.
So they're kind of scrambling there on the edge of the mat. I think Coach McGinley still believes that he was in control. I think the referees signaled one for an escape. I don't think they'll overturn this.
It looks like not, as we're going to go to neutral here.
Yeah.
So a huge point. Huge point there for Lowry.
And Lowry's gift is on his feet, you know. I know earlier he was called for stalling, but, man, I've never seen this kid not move. He's probably one of the hardest workers, if not the hardest workers in the room. He shoots in there, locks up a single leg.
I think what you're seeing here is just the strength and the even matchup of both of these wrestlers right now. As Lowry gets Wolenczak down to his knees onto the mat, but is unable to get the takedown, get around him.
It's a good match. It's a tight match, 6-1. And I tell you, I watched Wolenczak wrestle earlier this year at the city championships, and what struck me was his strength. He's a strong kid. Was able to watch Lowry wrestle a couple times, and you know, I've watched him for years, and man, this kid, 2-time state place winner, took 3rd his freshman year.
Wow.
Took 5th his sophomore year. This kid is hungry for a state title. Actually, both of them are. So a lot on the line here. Lowry tries a front headlock dump to his back.
All right, we are going to go mat side with Coach. Coach, who you have?
Sam Sukla won the 126, got called on Whit.
Yep. And I try to get the major for my team to get bonus points. I know it's a big duel. I know every point matters in a duel like this.
You know, every match, every point counts. You did a nice job.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Back up to you guys.
Here we are in the third period, 1:45 left. Wolenczak with a 6-1 lead. These guys are neutrals to start the third period. Lowry with a slide by. He's going to try to get 2 here. There's 2.
Wow.
3. Cuts that score in half. And another one of Lowry's gifts is his top game. He's got both those legs in. He's going to stretch them out. What's going to be at a disadvantage, though, is where he is. He's on the edge of the mat.
Yeah.
Now he's got a deep half. Look how he's kind of thrusting his hip to his back. Wolenczak can't move too much. He's getting ready to turn him. He's got him.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Big. This is huge.
Wow, listen to this crowd. What a match. You think Lowry's pumped up? Look at this kid go. What an unbelievable turn of events.
He's down 6-1 and he gets a third period pin.
Wow.
Wolenczak is down with an injured shoulder. Let's say a quick prayer that he's all right.
We hope he's okay.
It's a kid that's a senior that's got a chance to win a state title at 126. I do not want to see him hurt. But what a performance by Braden Lowry. What a performance.
And here we're going to show you the replay again real quick. Why don't you walk us through what happens here?
Yeah, so what he does is he's got 2 legs in. He stretches them out. He goes to a half. And then once he starts to go over, he lets that opposite leg out. Pins those shoulders to the mat and gets 6 points for his team. That's a big, big victory. And look at this.
Look at this show of sportsmanship here.
IHSAA sportsmanship, the face of sportsmanship. These guys hug it out.
Absolutely.
I'm applauding both these guys.
That's wonderful. Lowry comes back to the mat to give Wolenczak a hug there. Make sure he's okay as Wolenczak walks off under his own power. Now, here we go. 132 matchup. Got Logan Bailey for Cathedral, 6th ranked, 27-4 record this year. And Alec Viduya for Roncalli, 2nd ranked, 22-4 this year, both juniors.
Viduya wins a state title as a freshman. As a sophomore, he takes 5th. 1 loss this year, 3-1 to Asa Garcia, who's a 2-time state champ going to Indiana University. You got Bailey, who comes from wrestling stock. His dad was a 2-time state champion from Martinsville High School. His brother was a state champion, is now on the Indiana University roster.
Okay, we got some time. We're going to send it down to Coach Matt's side. Coach, here you go.
Brandon Lowry, big win, 126.
Yeah, I bumped up. I knew it was going to be a challenge. I just did it.
Looks like you just took your time as you had the match was going on and on and on, and all of a sudden a light bulb clicked on, and you got the weak spot, and you got him quick.
Yeah, I just tried to keep my composure the entire match. I knew that if I got on top of him, I wasn't going to let him get up.
Congratulations, big win for your team. You're at 22-9.
Heck yeah, thank you.
You bet. Back up to you guys.
You think he worked hard in that match? You think Lowry's a little out of breath?
I think he's going to be having a hard time going to sleep tonight.
Yeah, I think that one.
that was electric. I tell you what, I'm not going to divulge my age on here, but I've been around this sport for a long time. That was an electric moment. What you see is Roncalli building the big lead, and I told you they've got to get those bonus point wins before they reach that gauntlet of 145, 152, 160.
And it's coming up.
Yeah. Viduya in on a single. Nobody saw it because he's so quick. So he comes out the backside. What he's going to try to do is kind of press that knee down, sit back. But I tell you, Bailey's comfortable in this position. That's a sign of a good wrestler. Most guys kind of freak out there, but Bailey knows how to wrestle through it. We'll see if Viduya can finish.
Yeah, this will be really interesting to see. This is not a position you see in every match or too often, so we'll see how comfortable these wrestlers are.
Almost 2 there. He's got to get into his butt.
Wow.
Neutral.
Wow.
Again, that's the essence of tonight. You know, you see a perfect shot. Viduya really trying hard to finish, but Bailey wrestles out of it and keeps his composure. There's another shot. Dumps him. Viduya out to a 2-0 lead with 41 seconds left.
Wow, that was about as quick of a takedown as you can get coming off that whistle. 40 seconds left in this first period. Viduya's going to let him up and go back to neutral.
There's a mutual respect between these guys. I know the families know each other. These guys have probably grown up on the mats together. But you got to throw that out. You got to win one for your team, so they're both going to battle hard.
Yeah, Viduya looking for another shot here, maybe before the period ends.
Yeah. Bailey draws a caution. He kind of backs out, but I still think he was wrestling. Look at that, off the whistle.
Wow.
I've seen Viduya do that a million times.
Wow.
That's this John Smith low single, and again, he just times it perfectly when the ref blows the whistle.
And when you time it,
you got to be ready for that. I'm surprised that Bailey wasn't ready for that.
Well, when you time it that perfectly, there's almost no defense for it, right?
Yeah. Alex been doing that for years. And sometimes it draws a caution, it draws a false start. So Bailey is down, and Viduya cuts him right away. So before the clock even starts.
So we'll see as we hear some coaches on the sidelines just trying to give some advice to these wrestlers. Look
at this. Bailey with the throw by. Nothing yet, though. Nothing yet. He's got to get Viduya to break that lock and scoot back, and then they'll call it 2. He's hipping in, working hard. Viduya trying to draw a stalemate here, and there it is.
Wow. Minute 31 in the second period. A 4-2 lead for Viduya.
Viduya heavy on the collar, taps his head. Bailey takes a shot, then he goes to a front headlock. Staying off of his knees, trying to capture that back leg. Bailey traps his right elbow and is going to hold on to that. Viduya is going to keep spinning and stay heavy. Going to try to get his head and his elbows to the mat, stalemate.
Yeah, you think these two wrestlers are pretty evenly matched up? I mean, they've been toe-to-toe for this first 2.5 minutes of this match.
You know, I think on paper, you know, Viduya is the more decorated wrestler. I think the question mark for me is Bailey's jumping up from 106, but he looks good tonight, you know?
Yeah, he does.
He really does look good tonight. And again, I told you, how was Cathedral going to do against the big-time wrestlers? I mentioned that he was going to have his hands full with Bailey, and he does.
Yeah.
It's 4-2, you know? He's in control, but let's be honest, it's 4-2.
Yeah, and already the third stalemate of this period, so neither guy really able to get that position that they're looking for.
So Viduya, again, flow there.
Wow.
Front headlock, then spins behind and gets a shot, and now a standing cradle. This could be trouble for Bailey here. This could be trouble for Bailey here.
4 seconds, 2 seconds, doesn't get the pin.
So he gets 3 though,
but he gets,
and that makes it 9-7. He doesn't get the major, right? Oh, that was just.
We still got it. Yeah. We still have another. Yeah, we got one more period.
More blood time.
The thing that's really impressed me in this match so far is the speed of Viduya. I think that's been the factor in this one. Because even on that last one, every shot he takes is just so quick, and Bailey's just not able to get out of the way when he takes those shots.
I think that's a great observation. You know, both guys have great speed. Both guys have high wrestling IQs. But I tell you what, the difference is Alec Viduya's speed. It's blinding. It's something else. It's something special. You know, the only person that I've seen slow that down is Asa Garcia. You know, and Alec looks hungry right now. I know last year was a disappointment. You know, he's a 2-time state place winner, one state as a freshman year. He still has a legitimate shot of you know, winning 2 more titles, being a rare air there, being a 3-time state champion.
That would be.
And I think Bailey before it's done too. You know, I think that he will add another title to the Bailey family.
Bailey's looked, as like we've mentioned, as strong as Viduya. I think that the thing that's been the difference has been the speed of Viduya.
I agree.
Still getting the blood cleaned up.
Chris, I tell you what makes me happy is to see a gym full of people on a Tuesday night. This is almost packed watching wrestling. You know, in a state that's known for basketball.
Yep.
We've got a lot of people out here getting loud, getting crazy. You see former Cathedral wrestlers in the audience. You see former Roncalli wrestlers in the audience, and they're all here, you know, cheering on this great event. I love it.
Yeah, this is a fantastic crowd for an event. As you know, you mentioned it's a Tuesday night. It's also a Tuesday night in January. The weather's not exactly ideal for travel right now. We just had a snowstorm a couple of days ago over the weekend coming in, so it's great to see a packed gym here supporting this sport that, as you mentioned, you know, Indiana's not necessarily known as well for it, but it's gaining momentum, I think.
Yeah, without a doubt, you know. And thanks to IndianaSRN. You're just doing a great job. Matt Side interviews, you know, the Twitter hype, inviting me to do color. It's just a real honor to be here tonight.
We've really appreciated the color. And we are we always want to recommend, you know, we have easy listening music 24/7 at IndianaSRN.org. It's some fantastic music. You know, you hear it sometimes during our broadcasts, our halftime shows, and all that good stuff. We want to thank all of those musicians for doing that for us. As we get back to action here, starting this third and crucial period here between Logan Bailey and Alec Viduya. Viduya holding a 9-2 lead. Viduya now trying to find a way to get that takedown and possibly build up to a major win.
So here they are head-to-head. They're hand-fighting. Bailey tries to pass that elbow. Viduya backs out and resets. Minute and a half left. It's interesting you don't see the coaches telling him what to do because they know he knows what to do. He's aware it's a 9-2 lead. He's got to get a couple more points to get that major. And Bailey knows what to do. So Viduya's in, but he's extended. You know, he wants to be up in a more powerful position. His hips are on the ground. They're in a north-south position right now. They both have each other right away. That's a good ref. You know, he's not going to burn up 10 seconds thinking about this. He knows these guys aren't going to be able to, either of them, improve their position.
Yeah, and I think Eric McGill there also knows how crucial this last 60 seconds is. So, yeah, you're right. Doesn't want to burn any time when it was a pretty obvious stalemate there.
And Bailey with that throw by. He's trying to get two here. That would be a big takedown.
It would be huge if he can figure out a way to swing around and get behind.
Viduya's got his head kind of in a three-quarters position. He's pulling down hard on that, and we're going to get another stalemate here. Viduya's tapping like he can't breathe.
And there's the stalemate call. 25 seconds left.
Looks like we got more blood, so there's going to be a little break in the action.
Yeah, Logan Bailey's the one that was bleeding earlier, but now it looks like Viduya needs a little bit of attention as well.
You know, I think it'd be a good time right now during this this blood break here to recognize the coaching staffs. You know, Sean McGinley in his 19th year, he's a winner. You know, he's won 2 state titles. He's produced many state champions. You got Brian Seltzer, who's the former Lawrence North, and I believe he coached up in the Elkhart area. He's the father of Zeke. You got Anthony Bill, who's a master technician, a state place winner for Bishop Chatard High School. He competed collegiately. Central Michigan, you got Michael Venetia, who is a state place winner, highly decorated D3 wrestler. And then on the other side, you got Roncalli. You got Wade McClurg in his 3rd year, who is building a monster. His little brother, Riley McClurg, who is a state champion in high school. Jacob Blackwell, who took 3rd at Roncalli High School. And Scott Dawson, who interestingly coached Wade McClurg in high school, and now he serves as his assistant. Both of these guys, both of these staffs, family-like atmosphere on both sides.
Yeah, we're going to go right to Coach here, Matt's side real quick as we're finishing up this blood timeout. Coach, what do you have?
Hey, guys, if you liked wrestling, don't forget basketball. The City Alliance semifinals and finals Saturday, 6 and 7:30 from Tech High School, and the finals Monday. Back up to you guys.
Viduya early in.
Oh, my goodness.
He's going to try to get 2 here. Can he convert? Coming out the backside, sitting to his hip. Bailey locks around his waist. Try to wrestle out of this. These are 2 seasoned wrestlers. Back and forth.
Oh,
Nobody
can go anywhere. It's a merry-go-round spinning around.
Viduya gets 2. Nothing.
He didn't get it.
He did not get it.
Oh. I think it looked like the Roncalli bench thought he had it.
Winner by decision, Roncalli.
But it's going to be just a decision for Alec Viduya. He's going to win it 9-2. And we are going to take a timeout break. You're watching Wrestling on IndianaSRN.org, IndianaSRN, where you're always in the game.
Your home and office make up a big part of your world. Sometimes trying to manage it all on your own can make you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you need a strong back or two to come to your rescue and haul your stress away. You need the College Hunks. Whether it's time to clear some space for new memories, to reinvent the room around you, or to simply pack up and move into a fresh new beginning, you can count on the Hunks to bear your burden so you don't have to. Let us move you today.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Vic Padilla is with us. Congratulations on a nice win.
Thank you. I was just trying to go out there and just try and create some angles, and happened to catch up a cradle, and I just put him on his back for a couple.
Nice job for the team. Good win, good points.
Yeah, I was trying to get the last takedown. I thought I got it, but it was a good scramble at the end.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a real fun scramble there to watch Logan Bailey and Alec Viggi this last 30 seconds just kind of go around and around in the carousel. But now we're going to move on to the 138. We've got another top-tier matchup. We got Andrew Wilson for Cathedral, 13th ranked in the state, 19-13 on the year. He's only a sophomore. And Tice Free for Roncalli, second in the state, is a junior at 24-2 this year.
Yeah, Wilson is a returning state qualifier. Freegee placed in state as a freshman. Battled injuries all his sophomore year, and he's come back, and he's super, super hungry. He has 2 losses. 1 loss to the number 1 ranked guy from Columbus East, and then he lost this weekend, bumped up to 145 and wrestled a real tough kid who's ranked in the state from Guerin Catholic. But those losses have made him better, and he's looking to kind of dominate in this match tonight.
Sometimes that happens, a loss not necessarily, or not only humbles you, but you learn from it as well.
Yeah, I think that's the essence of this sport. There's those that are humble and those that are about to be humbled. And Tice is one of those kids. He's wrestled for a long time, and he gets better after loss.
Yeah, Tice here working on top here, trying to get Wilson to flip over there. He's got that wrist.
Yeah, he's got the near wrist and a tight waist. He's bringing to his shoulder, looking for a tilt. Wilson breaks that hold, 20 seconds left. But Freegee, he's heavy right now, and they're calling stalling right now on the bottom guy. And again, he's working, but Freegee is just so darn talented on top. It's like you got a refrigerator on your back. It's kind of hard to move around.
Yeah, Freegee's doing a real nice job of controlling, I think, all that angle and keeping Wilson down and flat.
Yeah. Keith, doing our Matt Side interviews, asked me earlier tonight, he says, is there very much blood in this sport? Well, there's been a lot of blood tonight. A lot of blood stoppage, but that's okay.
Yeah, it happens, but it's not always consistent from at least from my years-old memories. That it's, sometimes you can go a whole meet really without any kind of real blood timeouts. Tonight we've had a handful of them.
A high amount.
Yeah.
Not par for the course, for
no,
sure.
No, not really.
So, again, the storyline here, I really think Freegee's going to take this. Wilson's a tough wrestler. I got a lot of respect for him. But then we enter, again, Murderer's Row, 145, 150, 160. Roncalli has done what they've had to do and build up a big lead here. And that's just going to add to the drama of this evening as we enter 145.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting to see this one shake out. As we're going to start the second period, it looks like Freegee will be on bottom.
So right now we see a caution. Wilson gets on top, and I think he got on top a little too heavy and moved Freegee. Ref tells him to back off and reset. Freegee with escape within 4 seconds.
Wow, a huge escape there for Freegee to get back to neutral and hold a 3-0 lead in this match.
And I love the city tournament. I love the county tournament. You got a city champ here and a county champ here.
Yeah.
Those tournaments have been around forever. Freegee in on a double, gets him to his butt, spins around. And now, look, he looks to go into back points right away, and the referee's swiping. He's got a 2 swipe. Wow. He's got 2 in his pocket. So we're looking at a 7-0 lead right now.
And there it is.
Again, Freegee going to work. He's got that right inside wrist, lifting that thigh up, and he's going to try to load him up onto his hips and get a tilt. Not a move that you're going to pin somebody in, but you're going to get those points. And again, I think it's really important that they get 4, 5, or 6 in this match as they head into 145, 152, 160.
Yeah, it looks like Freegee knows how important it is to get those bonus points, those 4, 5, maybe 6 that you mentioned. As, he's consistently driving on Wilson, not giving him any room to try to maneuver his own, keeping Wilson flat. and not just giving him nothing.
Here we go. Oh, almost. Now we're off the mat.
Yeah.
Well, you heard in Alec Viduya's interview, he thought he had the takedown at the end. He knew he had to get bonus points. You heard Gould, the 220-pounder, he knew he had to get this meet started off on a good note for Cathedral. So these kids, they've been coached exceptionally well.
Exactly.
I tip my hat to both sides. These
Yes.
kids know what they have to do to win. And that's why we're being so entertained by some high-quality wrestling.
Yes, absolutely. You read my mind there. Is that those interviews have all sounded like coaches talking with Keith.
Without a doubt.
It sounds like a coach speak coming out of those kids, and it's great to see. They're both well-coached programs here.
All right, we're going to head into this third period. Frigi with a comfortable 7-0 lead.
Yeah, we will see if he can expand that lead and try to get that major decision here. Frigi will start on top. 2 minutes
and
to go.
what Frigi does is he signals neutral. So he's giving Wilson one, and they're going to start on their feet. Frigi's confident in his ability from that neutral position. He's taken him down twice, but I tell you, Wilson with the shot.
Mm-hmm. And that's part of that chess match that we've been talking about all night. That, you give him one if you think you can get those two, and, you're just doing the math and trying to get that 8-point win or more.
Frigi's good from this position. You think he's in a bad position, but he'll dump you to the left. So what he does is kind of pop out of there, and when the guy readjusts, he'll try to dump him and get some back points.
Oh, okay.
We'll see, but I'm sure Wilson has scouted him. Nothing happening. Now they break away, back at it, head-to-head. They'll start the hand-fighting Frigi with some fakes. About a minute 15 left.
And I'll tell you what,
that last takedown's important.
Yeah, and that's always so frustrating as a wrestler when you feel like you have your opponent in a bad position, but he's still able to, wiggle out of it or even flip it on you. It's almost demoralizing when that kind of thing happens.
Look at that.
Wow.
So Frigi with a shot. Wilson blocks, reshoots.
Wow.
That was a great scramble. Frigi shoots. Wilson blocks. He reshoots, gets in, and then Frigi hasn't been awarded the takedown yet.
Yeah, believe it or not, all of that action. Okay, I was like, all of that action that we saw for about 15 seconds had no points.
So Coach McGinley clapping his hands hard, crossing his arms, and he yells to Wilson, get up. That escape's important. 30 seconds left. It's a gut check time for Wilson. Let's see if he can get out. Because that point equates to a team point.
Yes.
But Frigi has proven. Look at that tight waist.
Oh, my goodness.
And that elbow control.
Yeah,
he's heavy right now. 15 seconds left.
He's so heavy, and he's giving Wilson just no room to do anything. He's just keeping him flat, not letting him get to any kind of base or tripod out of any. I mean, he's just not getting him anywhere.
In that tight waist, and you drive into him, it just sucks the wind out of you. It's really, really tough.
Yep. Wow, huge takedown there with 30 seconds to go as Frigi's able to rack up a major decision and win that one 9-1 over Andrew Wilson. So that'll equate to 4 points for Roncalli, whereas, if he didn't get that last takedown, it would have only been 3 team points.
Right.
And
so now you've got a 20-point lead heading into 145. Even if they get 3 straight pins, Roncalli still has the lead.
Will hold a 2-point lead at that point.
So 3 pins in a row.
We're going to throw it down to Coach Matt's side.
Nice. Frigi wins. Nice match. Took control right away and didn't let him up.
Hey, yes, sir. Just worked to improve the whole match and get the major and bonus points for the team.
Looking forward to sectional play, but this is a big match tonight, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Rivalries are always big.
Congratulations. Job well done.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congrats on your win, Frigi. And again, we have another Roncalli wrestler mentioning those bonus points and those extra things. So just absolutely well coached.
Yeah. So Mosconi comes out here. I'll let you introduce the wrestlers. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, we've got Alex Mosconi for Cathedral, 3rd ranked in the state. He's a senior. He's 28-3 on the year. And facing off against him at the 145 is a junior for Roncalli, David Page. He's 16-13 on the year, an impressive record.
So as we're doing the interview, Mosconi barrels into David Page, gets a takedown right away. Moving fast, moving with purpose. I think he knows what he has to do. He has to get the pin, and I think David Page knows what he has to do. He has to fight.
Yep.
David Page is in trouble. He gets a 2 swipe. He's down 4-0. But Mosconi has that right arm pinned behind his back. He's working to turn that into an arm bar. He's got that opposite wrist. This is trouble for David Page right now. He's going to walk that shoulder to his ear, take his time. There's 35 seconds left. David's got to fight out of this. Mosconi looking for 6. Mosconi highly decorated. 3 more points.
Already a 7-0 lead for Mosconi.
Yeah, Mosconi's a state qualifier in 2016, 7th place in 2017, wrestled under the lights in 2018. Nothing less than a state title is what this kid's looking for. And David Page breaks out of a cradle almost. But Mosconi rolls through.
Wow, but give David Page some credit there, not taking the pin. You know, we mentioned how important it was just to fight and avoid that pin by all else, and he knew it. He wrestled, you know, for his life there a couple of different times in that first period.
Yeah, David knows what he's up against. You know, I've known him for a long time. I was his principal from kindergarten to 8th grade, and the kid has heart. A lot of Pages on the south side. They're a quality family, and this kid, you know, he's facing a guy that is ranked high in the state. A lot of people are picking to win a state title, and David Page isn't backing down.
Yeah, not at all. He looks to have no fear against a top-tier opponent. And again, I think that part
Look
of
at that.
comes
He shoots
down
in
to-
on Mosconi.
Wow.
Mosconi again crashes down on that head. David looking for a cradle. Drives him out of bounds, but they're still wrestling. Mosconi looking to step over. This is dangerous for David here. Very dangerous.
He gives him the 2, and there's some back points.
Yeah, it's close to 6 here.
There it is. Wow, that might just show you how good Mosconi is. Was in such a bad position there on the edge of the mat and is able to not only flip it, but flip it into a pin.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad shot, but that's how talented Mosconi is. So he does what he needs to do. He gets 6.
Alex Mosconi.
Cuts the lead to 14.
And you know, we talked about it leading into this gauntlet, how important it was going to be for Roncalli to build that lead, and they did a good part in building that lead, but we're going to watch this replay real quick of this pin.
Yeah, we're on the edge of the mat, so he is kind of a whizzer, steps over, and then, you know, you lift that leg a little bit and push your hips in, and David's, you know, shoulders are isolated. It's hard to get out of that.
Yeah, not much David could do there, Page could do there to get out of that one. Credit to Mosconi there, for able to flip that one
And
and
we got a little
stay
bit
in
of a
bounds.
chess match here.
We're going to send it down to Keith, Matt side. Keith, go ahead.
Alex, with us, congratulations. Job well done.
Thank you.
Hard-fought match.
I just we were down by a lot, and I know I needed to get that pin. And that's what I did right after the whistle. I was going to get that pin.
Put the team right back in the driver's seat here.
Oh, yeah. We're hitting a lot of our good guys. No doubt we're not going to come back and win this duel. I believe it.
How big of the rivalry is this? How bad did you want to win this thing?
Oh, worse than everything. We came in this duel overlooking them a little bit, but now we know they're coming out swinging, so we're going to come out swing harder.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Again, just a wonderful interview there. Congrats to Alex Mosconi for getting that pin. And again, talking about those bonus points. It just sounds like coaches talking on these interviews, not kids.
Yeah. We got to find out what's going on here.
Yeah.
Normally Elliot Rogers would be in this position, and they put somebody else in here from Cathedral. And I don't know his name, but he's
I'm not
strong,
sure who
and
it
he
is,
got
but oh my
a
goodness.
good second pin. He did what he needed to do.
Wow.
So it's a Stewart. He's built like a Stewart. He had a brother, Ben, I think, that wrestled here a few years ago. Quick work of the Roncalli wrestler, 10-second pin. Now Rogers bumps up to 160, and he's wrestling Sam Peoples. Sam is a freshman. Not a lot of experience. Elliot Rogers with a whole lot of experience. Ranked second in the state. Number 1 in the state. 4th place as a freshman. 2nd place as a sophomore. He's a junior. Likely a Division I wrestler. Wrestling a freshman. Freshman's going to have his hands full. So Sam Peoples trying to minimize the damage, but I think this sets up a potential Elijah Mahan, Jordan Slivka match next.
Oh, wow. As we've got, now it's already a 4-1 lead in favor of Trent Smith. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's Sam Peoples at the 160. Or I'm sorry, that's Elliot Rogers on top, who's got the 4-1 advantage here.
Oh, yeah, Rogers working on top.
Working.
Looking for the pin. So, again, Rogers bumps up to
and there's 3 more at
160. Stewart gets the quick pin at 152. Mosconi with the pin at 145. And Rogers gets the pin.
Wow. So there you are. There's your gauntlet, your 3 straight pins.
All right. Chris, you're getting your money's worth on this next one.
All right.
Holy guacamole.
All right, we're going to go to Keith, Matt's side.
Got Garrett Stewart with his quick pin.
Yes.
He went to attack, and he opened it up for you.
Yep. I knew my job. I just went out there, and I put him on his back and pinned him.
Congratulations, job well done.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Keith, for that interview. And here, why don't you set up this matchup for us?
Yeah, so we've got Elijah Mahan. He's a 170-pounder. We've bumped Jordan Slivka up, so Slivka is the number 2 ranked in the state, number 1 in semi-state, 3rd place in 2016, 2017, 5th. He was a state champion last year. Elijah Mahan with the biggest upset in the state finals last year against Carson Brewer of Avon. City champ versus county champ. Slivka, who has what my friend Ryan Hasbrook calls panache. He has the ability to rise up to these dramatic occasions.
Wow.
But Elijah Mahan is as freaky as they come. He's a crazy athlete. Slivka's signaling to his ribs like something's hurt. I hope he's all right.
Yeah, he got driven into the mat there really hard.
I think what happened was the body lock that Mahan had. I'd love to see the replay. The body lock that he had might have been a little too tight.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. Back here as Slivka got out of that one, coming back here to wrestling. We got 1:15 left in this first period. This huge matchup.
You know, this whole meet, this dual meet has been worth the price of admission, but I tell you what, this match is worth the price of admission. Again, Jordan Slivka versus Elijah Mahan. I didn't think this was going to happen tonight, but it's happening before our very eyes. Don't know what's going to happen. 2-1 right now. Mahan with the takedown early. Slivka with a little bit of injury time, but man, he looks healthy right now.
Yeah, he looks good to go.
He escapes pretty quickly. These guys are going after it.
Yeah, this is going to be a really fun one to watch unfold.
Slivka with a Russian tie to Mahan's left. Mahan buries his head in, and I can't stress enough, you know, Slivka's funky. But Mahan's funky with a capital F, man. It's just crazy. It's going to be fun to see what happens here. Slivka in on a double. He's got to get his hips in. But I've never seen a guy more comfortable in positions that most people are uncomfortable in than Elijah Mahan.
And that might be key tonight in this matchup against a seasoned wrestler like Slivka. Yep, just 12 seconds left in this first period. See if somebody can get that last second shot in before this one ends. All right, the first period will end in a 2-1 lead. We're going to go to coach.
It's nice to win. Put your team back only down by 2 here.
It's a great feeling, especially because I know that even when my team slips up, we have, you know, very great wrestlers on this team that can win big matches, and I have all my faith in every single one of them.
Everybody's got your back.
Yeah, and I have theirs.
Back up to you guys.
Slivka chooses down. Mahan with a really, really forceful return. Tight waist. Slivka not moving too much because, again, Mahan's heavy right now. Now Slivka explodes out of there, tries to switch. Back on their feet. Injury time.
Slivka still holding those left ribs there.
Yeah, you know, he's hurt. There's no doubt about it. You know, he's a tough kid, and look at him. He's saying he's going back to the line, man. He's going back, and he wants to wrestle. Slivka down. Mahan on top. 1:33 left. Gets on his right side. Whistle. Slivka's up. Mahan trying to return. He's got about 5 seconds. He gets it back. Boom.
Wow.
Goes straight to that tight waist. Chop in the arm. Slivka kind of puts his head down, tries pod, spins around. He's close to getting the reversal here. But again, Mahan is comfortable in these weird positions.
Yeah, and he's showing that comfortability right now in that awkward position, but still able to stay strong and stay heavy.
Slivka gets an escape.
And we are tied at 2 here and back to neutral with a minute to go in the second period.
Slivka with an underhook on the left side, good head position. He circles, chops down on that collar. Now he passes the elbow, backs out, adjusts his headgear. You don't know what's going to happen. Mahan in on a shot, Slivka's right leg, but look at how Slivka crashes down on his head, stays heavy. Elijah comes out the other side for 2.
Wow. Wow, what a move there by Elijah Mahan. With just over 30 seconds left in this second period. You mentioned it, in those awkward positions, he still knows what to do and how to stay strong and get out of them.
You know, I've never rolled with Elijah Mahan, but I bet you it's like wrestling water. Slivka with a switch, comes up, chops, and gets a reversal. They go out of bounds and on the hardwood. Mahan's down. I believe it's tied, right?
Yeah,
4-4.
Slivka got the reversal, so it's 4-4.
25 seconds left.
Wow.
Again, I want you to watch Mahan. He'll stay. If he gets up, he's very, very comfortable from this position. If he rolls through. Slivka with a spiral ride on the opposite side. Mahan tripods up. He's coming up. Slivka's going to try to ride this out for 10 seconds. It'll be a big ride out if he can do that.
Yeah, Slivka's got that knee in the back of his knee and won't let him roll. Wow, what a huge turn of events there in a reversal.
Mahan chooses neutral. 2 minutes left, 4-4. Wow. This is what you expect. And you know what I love?
What's that?
They're both smiling. Slivka's smiling, man.
Well, they can't ask for a better matchup against each other here right now. 2 minutes to go, tied in this one. It's just a 2-point game right now. Slivka takes a bit of a shot there, and then Mahan reacts and takes a shot of his own. Nobody giving up anything yet.
Mahan kind of shoots, gets him in the front headlock position. He's going to try to cup that head, pull the elbow towards him. You know, my eyes drifted away from these guys for a second. I'm looking across the gym, and people, not figuratively, they are literally on the edge of their seats.
Yeah.
Loving this.
Yeah, this, as you mentioned.
Mutual respect here. I expect some fireworks, maybe a really intense scramble here. Somebody's going to win it. I don't see overtime. I really don't. Somebody's going to pull the trigger. Something big is going to happen. Slivka snaps him down, tries to get to that front headlock position, backs out of it a little bit. Ooh.
Oh.
I've seen him do that before. He spins out of that. Sometimes he'll spin out of that and go straight into a shot. That's not going to work on Mahan.
Okay, yeah. It didn't work on Mahan there. We got 50 seconds left in the third period. Just a reminder, if this does stay tight and it goes to overtime, it'll be a 1 minute.
Mahan dragged out of that front headlock. Nothing yet, though.
Out of bounds. Woo, that was close. But at 36.2 seconds left in this one. If it goes to overtime,
the coaches aren't arguing. No. They're telling go after him, and people are standing up. People are standing up, and Jordan Slivka is shaking his head because he loves moments like this, and so does Elijah Mahan.
Wow.
Slivka looks up at the clock, 20 seconds left. What's going to happen?
Who's going to take that shot?
Slivka takes a shot, backs out of it. You know, Mahan has an overhook, Slivka with an underhook and a tricep. We're going to overtime.
We're going to overtime. Could you ask for anything more from these two wrestlers?
No, I didn't. I thought somebody had pulled the trigger, but now that you watch them wrestle, they're just so strong defensively. And Mahan with some breathing issues, so he signals injury time. Slivka holding his ribs, so both these guys are a little bit beat up.
Yeah.
Freegee looking over at the audience, telling them to get on their feet. This is big. So what happens is we go to the first period. It's 1 minute, and it's sudden death. And if nobody scores in this first period, it's going to go to a second and third period. So, again, 1 minute is on the clock. If somebody scores a takedown, Chris, it's over. Yeah. If it goes from a takedown to a pinning combination, they'll let them wrestle, and you can still get 6 here.
Okay.
But if it's just a takedown, the most you're going to get is just a regular decision. You know what Slivka's doing? He's got his toe on the green line, and he's clapping.
He's ready to go.
And Mahan's just kind of wiping the sweat off of his lip, and he's ready to go.
Here we go. Overtime. 1 minute on the clock. Sudden death. Could not ask for a better finish to this match.
Slivka with a little bit of a shot. It's almost like Mahan's baiting him in to take that leg, because Mahan knows how to create scramble, and they both scramble well, but I give the advantage to Mahan in a scramble here. Slivka has head position towards the edge of the match, 27 seconds left. Again, Mahan shoots, and he's going to try to sucker drag out of that. Slivka blocks and goes in for a leg. Let's see what happens here, kids. Let's see what happens here. Mahan's comfortable, but Slivka's trying to finish it. There's two.
There's two. Wow. What a move by Jordan Slivka there to get both legs and just kind of tie him down and drop Elijah Mahan.
A very, very respectful handshake between the two wrestlers. McClure comes over, questions the call on the edge of the mat.
And we're going to take a look at this replay real quick.
He's got the leg elevated. He kind of pulls that opposite thigh down, chop down. He's going to try to kick now. He goes down and goes and pulls both legs, pulls him back to the mat, and because Mahan's feet and butt hit inbounds, that's 2.
Okay.
And Jordan kind of signals to his teammates, I pulled it off once again. Ryan Hasbrook, I'm name dropping you. Panache, right? A flair for the dramatic. He did it. Lorenzo Salazar right now.
So Cathedral takes
and this is
a
not.
lead.
This is Tyler Wagner here. Tyler Wagner has bumped up. Semi-state qualifier last year. So Tyler's the normal 170-pounder. They bumped him up. You've got L.J. Salazar, Lorenzo Salazar. He is at 182. Roncalli down 1. Cathedral with a 1-point lead, man. We've got, 2 matches left? How about this?
2 matches left. 1 point difference in these teams. Unbelievable.
A little bit of something interesting about LJ. So, LJ at one point was a 160-pounder this year.
Wow.
I don't think that he can defeat Mahan in a wrestle-off, so he has bumped up. Says he feels much more comfortable at 182.
Okay.
And, I thought he was going to be giving up a lot of weight to Huffman, but it looks like they've bumped Wagner up. And so, he's wrestling somebody that's probably pretty even in weight.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe a bit of a break there for Salazar. We'll see if they can take advantage of that. So we've got about 50 seconds left in this first period. It's been a bit of a stalemate so far in this one.
Salazar is a senior, 22-9. He's going to want to try to win on senior night. It's going to come down to 195, I think.
We wouldn't have it any other way. It's been a great match from start to finish.
Wagner in. But he doesn't finish. He's trying to table that single leg. He brings it up, moves towards the middle of the mat. He's trying to take his head and knock him the other way. Salazar rolls out. He's showing his athleticism.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was too much.
Yeah. Broke out of it twice, but
Salazar busts out there. He might try to get one here.
Almost. There's
Congratulations, Jordan. Nice win for your team.
Thank you so much.
Worked really hard. Overtime, the sudden death, got to come down. You got to make a move. You made the move. It paid off for you.
Yeah, I just kind of had to put all my energy into it and risk it all.
Got to ask you how you feeling.
I'm feeling all right. I'm tired. That was a hard match. He's a good wrestler.
Congratulations, your team up 30-29.
Thank you so much.
Back up to you guys.
All right, so Cathedral takes a late lead here. They're leading 30-29 with just 2 matches to go. What's the pressure like on these last 2 wrestlers to finish this out for both sides?
I think it is on both sides. I think they know what they have to do. Can you believe we're down to the final 2 matches and we're within 1 point? I told you at the start of the broadcast I thought it was going to be 2 points. I think my prediction would have been a little bit better had Mahan pulled that one out. I think right now Cathedral has a slight advantage, but I look at LJ talking to Coach Wade, and he knows what he has to do. And I look at Wagner, talking to his coaches. He knows what he has to do, and those guys are ready. They want to win one for their sides.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting to watch this one play out. As you know, it's only a 1-point game. Pressure-filled last couple of matches here as Salazar's getting checked out here. Looks like something with the teeth.
Maybe a cracked lip.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Here we go.
He's all right. What do you know? More blood, huh?
Yeah. Who'd have had it any other way? Close matches all night. Blood timeouts everywhere. It's been fun. Here we go, starting the second period.
Wagner chooses down. LJ seems to be riding really heavy right now. He's off of his knees. He's got an inside wrist. He's going through that leg. He's grabbing that ankle, drives him out. Both down again. Wagner looks strong.
Yeah, Wagner was real strong there trying to get out, but credit to Salazar for keeping him in, not giving up the escape that easily.
LJ lines up on the right side. Wagner explodes out of there. LJ looking for a return. He's got about 5 seconds out. He gives it up. There's 1 point. Wagner with a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, so Salazar's got to try to make up. He had a shot in here. Try to get a takedown of his own. Looks to be just waiting out his opportunity. But Wagner's going to go for it again. Take a shot there. Get the leg. He's trying to flip Salazar.
He's got that leg. He's not very good head position, but he kind of cracks down on that. And now he's coming up, trying to look strong there. I think it's going out of bounds.
Yep. Really great fight there from both wrestlers to try to get that position and then eventually go out of bounds, still without giving up anything. So we're staying in neutral with a minute to go in the second period here. In our second to last match of the evening. It's the 182 spot. Tyler Wagner, as we mentioned, bumped up to 182 to face Lorenzo Salazar, the senior from Roncalli. He's got an impressive 22-9 record so far this year.
Yeah, he looks very strong this match. LJ has some throws. It looks like he's kind of subtly setting up a headlock. I know the coach doesn't want him to throw too much, but in this position, man, if he could get a pin, give Roncalli a 5-point lead going to that last match, it would force Huffman to have to get either a technical fall or a pin to win it all.
Wow.
You know, so that's it's a tall order, but that's what has to happen, you know.
And I think a lot of it comes to that chess match that we've been building up all evening. Is the matchups and the chess match of it all, and making sure you get those bonus points when they're available.
LJ with a nice shot.
That was a really nice shot from LJ there to get that left leg.
There we go. Time runs out. Now we're in the third period.
Wow.
He tells LJ to go down. So LJ's down 3-0. He chooses down. If he can get out of here, things get interesting.
Yep. It's got to be the mindset of Coach there to tell his wrestler to go down, to tell Salazar to go down, see if he can get out, get a quick point, and then flip it around, maybe get a takedown, tie this thing up.
Wagner locks up a cradle. That's bad for LJ Salazar, and it's a tight one, too.
Oh, no.
It is a tight one. And that solidifies a Cathedral win right
what
there.
A huge...
Even a pin in this last match. Roncalli would lose by 1.
Yes. We are going to take our last timeout of the night. You're watching Wrestling on Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Tyler Wagner wins a big match for his team. Got called up, and you delivered.
Yeah, it's just all about picking up losses that we got earlier on in the match. It's a team effort, and you just got to pick it up for your team.
You were really tired. He wore you out.
No, I'm not that tired. I'm about to go do sprints.
Congratulations. Back up to you guys.
Oh, what an answer there from Tyler Wagner, getting the pin, saying he's going to go do some sprints. I like it. And now our last match of the night is the 195 weight class. It's going to be Luke Adams for Cathedral, the seniors at 20-9 record this year. And for Roncalli, it's Michael Fletcher, a junior at 6-5 this year. As Adams gets the early takedown.
Yeah, Luke Adams looks big. He was a 95-pounder last year. My son Sam Hansen wrestled him a couple times, had his hands full with him. This is his time, man. He's a senior. He looks strong. I know he wants to make it the Banker's Life. So he's going hard here. Pretty quick takedown against Fletcher again, the junior. Not a lot of varsity experience, but he's battling now. And there it is.
Wow. A pin for Luke Adams. It's going to be the last result here. So we're going to have a final score of 42-29. Cathedral comes into Roncalli and gets the win on a huge wrestling night here on the south side of Indianapolis.
Absolutely. We saw some great matches. Scores a lot closer than you would expect. It came down to those final 2 matches. Those final 2 matches had pins, so it kind of creates the illusion that it was maybe a little bit more dominant. But chess play by both coaches, great wrestling by both teams. It was a wonderful night.
Yeah, we're going to send it down to Coach Matt's side. Go ahead, Coach.
Luke, last win of this season. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
You guys win 42-29. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
He wants to go back to his team and celebrate. He doesn't want to talk to me. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Coach. Well, we appreciate the interview anyway. Luke Adams getting the pin to end this night here for Cathedral. An impressive win over 5th-ranked Roncalli. They flexed their muscle tonight, Cathedral did, and showed why they're the number 1 ranked team in the state.
Yeah, but you look down there and I see Zeke Seltzer and Alec Vidulia joking around. I see all these guys kind of mingling, the coaches patting each other on the back. It was intense. We saw a lot of blood. We saw a lot of great matches. Cathedral, again, they're deserving of that number 1 ranking, but don't be fooled. You know, Wade McClurg is building a monster on the south side, and he keeps closing the gap and closing the gap and closing the gap. And I think Coach McGinley wants that. You know, iron sharpens iron, so it's good for wrestling to have that kind of competition so close in the city of Indianapolis.
Yeah, and I think Roncalli holds their head high tonight at leaving this one. You know, yeah, they didn't get the win that they were hoping for, but they went toe-to-toe with arguably the best team in the state, so they've got to feel really good about themselves. Moving forward, when we start talking about sectional play and onward, they've got to feel as good as this Cathedral team right now.
I absolutely believe that. And who would have ever thought that we would have seen, Braden Lowry and Lucas Wallenczak? Who would have ever thought that we were going to see Jordan Slivka and Elijah, Mahan wrestle tonight? Alec Vidulia and Bailey. I mean, it's just, I wish we could continue wrestling. That's how impressed I was with this whole night. You got a lot of young wrestlers and future parents walking up to McClurg, shaking their hand. A lot of pride in this gymnasium tonight, and again, for the Cathedral Fighting Irish, do it again.
Yeah, they continue their winning streak as they have only lost once this year, and that was to Brownsburg back on January 5th And Brownsburg, a great team. They were second behind Cathedral last year in the state finals.
Yeah, and I tell you what, dual meets are different. What's going to happen is, I think Cathedral's kind of built to have place winners. You've got your 3 guys that wrestled under the lights returning. And I know those guys are going to try very, very hard to get to that final match and wrestle for first or second place.
Yeah.
And that's, if you can win 3 matches and get to the finals, you're going to score a lot of points. Go back to Wade McClurg. Last year he had 4 state qualifiers. One of those state qualifiers graduated. Keep in mind that Tice Freege didn't qualify for state last year because he was battling knee injuries. He was battling a thumb injury. So, I fully expect Wade McClurg and those Roncalli Rebels to even move up higher in those state places.
Absolutely. It's going to be a fun ride to Bankers Life for both of these teams. Once again, your final here tonight, Cathedral comes into Roncalli and comes away with a big win, 42-29. It's been an awesome night here calling wrestling for Indiana SRN. We want to thank everybody involved in putting this on, the athletic directors and the coaching staffs and everybody behind the scenes. I am Chris Simmons. Alongside me tonight is Joe Henson. Joe, we really appreciate you being on the air tonight with us.
Hey, this was a bucket list, man, to be able to be an announcer at a wrestling meet.
Well, we're glad we can help you check that off.
And I'm ready to come back tomorrow.
All right. Well, for Joe Henson, I'm Chris Simmons saying have a good night. This has been Indiana SRN Wrestling on Indiana SRN, where you are always in the game.
That was fun.